We are fortunate tonight to have members of our faith community here with us. I would like to recognize the presence of Reverend Charlie Ordmore, who's the past interim minister of the First Unitarian Church of Providence. At this time, I would like to invite Rabbi Andrew Klein from the Temple Habonim, who will reflect on how we cope when bad things happen.
Good evening. We live in a world that is filled with beauty. We live in a world that is filled with ugliness. We live in a world that is filled with good, and we live in a world that is filled with evil. We like to live under the illusion that we can control everything bad around us, and we can make things happen the way that we want them to be. But we know that's not always true. Inexplicable, horrible things happen, and the question is, how do we respond to those when they do happen? As human beings, we have many, many responses. Sometimes we like to get angry at God and question God and wonder why God could let things like this happen. I, for one, take comfort in the image of God sitting with me and weeping with me when God watches what human beings are capable of doing. There's something about that that helps me bring God's presence into my life to understand when these things happen. When I allow myself to weep with God, it makes bearing the burden a little bit easier. Sometimes we just need to sit and cry, and it's easier to cry when we do that with other people. Sometimes we need to take action to try and prevent these things from happening again. Sometimes when we see evil like this, it makes us aware of our own vulnerability, and we gain a heightened sense of, if it were not for the grace of God, we could be there as well. And so we're often left with the idea of trying to grab and appreciate every precious moment that we have. Whatever our response is when these things happen, what's really important for us to remember is that we not allow this evil to defeat our human spirit. Our human spirit is filled with hope, with dreams to follow, with belief that life is good and that we have a lot to do. We take a moment like this, we take an occasion like this to learn to listen to each other more closely, to appreciate each other, to give each other a few more hugs, and to come together with music, with traffic, with life in the city, to grab this precious moment of life. It takes courage, it takes bravery to proceed with hope, and that's what we're here to encourage each other to do. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha. May God bless us and keep us safe. Ya'er Adonai panav v'elecha v'chuneka. May God be kind and compassionate and gracious to us. Yisa Adonai panav v'elecha v'yisem lecha shalom. May God grant us the greatest gift of all, the gift of wholeness and completeness and peace. Amen.